is Thurgood on a Friday night. Works for me. This is the Mike Litton Show. I'm your host, Mike Litton, your real estate expert, your consumer advocate. I have the fabulous Madison, the amazing Michael. I have J.D. Morris with Keller Williams in Carmel Valley with us in studio. Polly's on the boards. Welcome back. Happy Friday. It's a great Friday night, man. I hope you guys are going to have I hope you had a great Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're thinking about buying or selling, give JD a call today. JD Morris with Keller Williams in Carmel Valley, 760-487-8399, 760-487-8399. JD was telling me during the break that you have a network, it's investor network nights that you do the first Monday night of every month, right?
Correct.
And it's a streaming meeting, a streaming show that you do. Tell us about it.
Great. I used to love holding conferences and pulling investors across the country to meet. The problem is logistics. You've got to have a room, they've got to get the right flights, they've got to carve time at their time. So what I found is that with the use of GoToWebinar, which we use in corporate America, I can have people from their home, when they get home from work, log on and look at investment properties, investment deals, and instead of watching Shark Tank, you're actually going to be live, seeing the streaming video, and you're going to be able to interact. We're going to have surveys, voting on which deal you thought was most interesting, and getting feedback throughout the show.
So it's totally interactive.
Totally interactive.
That's awesome, man.
Now, it's targeted for accredited investors or self-direct IRA investors, typically. However, in the future, we will have crowdfunding, letting everybody have access to the deals.
Okay.
But there's always the regulatory hurdles you have to hop through.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity to hear about, again, deals across the country. Is there real estate that you can pick up for a great opportunity? Is there a home that's leased that you can buy and then you already have a tenant in place? Is there a threeplex, fourplex? Is there ability to buy what I call fractional ownership?
Okay.
A lot of people, if you own a house that's not easy to sell because of price point, and it's in a vacation destination, we occasionally have those, and again, that's what I'm exploring in Vail, about fractionalizing. And fractionalizing was really created in Vail, where you can own the first week, second week, or third week, or fourth week every month of the home.
Okay.
Or you can rotate months. And so you own with another person through an LLC or whatever's best in your state a portion of that home, and that agreement is you can use the home during that time period.
Okay.
So for skiing, it's very popular, and that's why they rotate it. So one year you might have a Christmas in Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead, and then you might have Thanksgiving the next month, your rotation, and you can divide it up typically to 4 or 6. For example, in Hawaii, if you go over 6, a whole bunch of regulations come into effect. But we did a lot of stuff in Hawaii and on the Big Island in fractional, because it really allows you to have ownership. So specifically this February 3rd, 6 p.m., if you Google Investor Network Nights, you will find either on LinkedIn or our website the ability to sign up via GoToWebinar for the event. Mm-hmm. And then also you can also attend, in some cases, our event live in the Del Mar Carmel Valley office with the Morse team there at Keller Williams.
So you Google Investor Network Nights.
Correct.
It's on February 3rd.
Correct.
It's a GoToWebinar, so they literally know anywhere where there's internet access, you can participate. It's completely interactive. It sounds like a really cool experience and an opportunity for people to look at and try to decide something they may want to invest in, like maybe Vail, maybe they're interested in something in Vail, maybe they're interested in something in a different part of the country. So what different areas are you going to be covering, do you think, February 3rd?
February 3rd, we'll be covering an opportunity to invest in a flipping fund. So instead of you having to go through the quick reaction and time and issues of going to an auction, you can invest in a fund and have the upside of a person managing investing with a full-time investment team. We're going to also be looking at what I call a debt fund. It allows people to have access for short-term loans, whether it's a business or whether it's a home. But you're looking at something over $750,000 for that. So it's not a I need a payday check. It's a physical. I need something major for my company, or myself for buying and selling a home. Then the other neat part is, again, I said it's like Shark Tank. So we have one of the premier family offices that invest in biotech, worth hundreds of $millions. It had exits to Colgate, Baxter, multiple exits, coming and talking about their DNA and RNA sequencing company.
Okay.
So you're going to have a chance. And again, if you're a accredited investor or with your self-IRA, you would call me and I would put you in contact with them We're just a show, just like you.
Okay.
We're not selling anything, we're just providing information.
Cool.
And then we also might have a few other biotech companies on there that are looking to have angel investors or self-direct IRA investors.
Okay.
So it's real estate, and it's a whole slew of investment opportunities.
So to reach you directly, if somebody's going to call you and ask you questions about it, right? We're talking about Investor Network Nights on
Yes.
February 3rd. You can Google Investor Network Nights, or you can call JD Morris today, 760-487-8399, 760-487-8399. Give him a call today. He'll take great care of you. He's with our Carmel Valley Keller Williams office. Talk to us a little bit about, I know Investor Network Nights is a really, really cool thing. Talk to us a little bit about some of your experiences with vacation homes, maybe some success stories where, like the one maybe that you just closed, right, in Carlsbad, where it's only, I think 100, you said 100 yards from the beach or something like that.
100 yards from the beach, under $1 million.
That's just amazing, man. I don't know how in the world you found that, but that's really a very cool thing. That's a great success story. Give us an idea of a situation like it. You know, when people are listening to this and they're thinking about potentially investing in a vacation home, I think a lot of people get the wrong idea. They don't realize that they can, in fact, make that an investment. Like you were talking about the people in Big Bear that made, you know, a couple 100% on the one property and then 300% on the other one. A lot of people don't realize the kind of returns they can make and the kind of money they can make by investing in a vacation home. Talk a little bit about that, because that's something that most people that are listening, you know, they just don't realize it. They think that buying a vacation home is something different than what it actually is or can be sometimes.
Right. So right now I'm working on a 1031 exchange deal.
Okay.
1031 exchange is when you sell your property, and instead of paying capital gains, you roll it into the next property. You have a certain time period which you have to do to roll it into. And you can call me and ask about 1031 exchange calls,
Okay.
or you might want to check with your financial planner. But in that case, the person solely is looking to move from a multi-unit where they might have troubled tenants to a nice vacation home that in Del Mar you can get $10,000 versus the monthly rent, if it wasn't high season, would be, you know, 3 or 4.
Okay.
So you have to look at a vacation home as you can take a regular home and make it a vacation home based on it being near something. So
Okay.
Del Mar is a hotbed for the races.
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad.
A lot of San Diego.
Almost all of coastal San Diego.